Okay, hello and welcome. Today we are going to be working on Bakasana, known as crow or crane pose. And in fact, what this is really about is working towards it. It is an arm balance. And what I like about arm balances, besides the fact that they are challenging when it comes to strength, is that there is also often a flexibility that is incorporated within the arm balance that we don't necessarily pay attention to. So it's really flexibility and strength coming together. We're going to look at both. And something else I like about it is that with an arm balance, you really have no time to think about absolutely anything else. So it's a great way to bring us into the present moment completely. Okay, so the way we're going to start today is by lying down on our backs. So as you come to lie down and have those 2 blocks nearby, and as you come to lie down, let your feet flop open, arms by your side. And close your eyes for just a moment. So we are beginning today in Shavasana. And Shavasana can be a challenge for the mind. Often when we're still, especially in the middle of the day or in the middle of a busy day, it's tough to just relax into the here and now. What can help is to sense your breath, natural breath, as it moves with ease. And I'll have you take another moment or two like this in silence. And as you're doing it, as you're relaxing into silence, as you're practicing Shavasana, see if you can invite the muscles of the body to relax just a little bit more. And then slowly begin to bend your knees and hug your knees into your chest. And I want you to wrap your arms around your legs and squeeze in. Keep the back of the head down on the ground. So legs are together, squeezing in, arms around the legs. And then bring one hand to each knee, and we're going to circle the knees out and then in. And I want you to make nice big circles so we feel this mobility of the hip joint. I want that area to be able to express mobility and stability. Go ahead and take another round or two like this. And then I'll have you open the knees out to the side, let the feet follow. You can hold the outer knees or reach for your ankles or outsides of the feet. If it feels nice to rock side to side, you're welcome to. Just getting a nice gentle stretch around the hip area. Let the belly soften. As we work towards Bakasana, you'll see that the abdomen has to be quite engaged and drawn in. We can find the opposite here. The opposite does tend to inform what we're looking for. So soften the belly, breathe into it. And then slowly hug your knees back together, wrapping the arms around the legs again, squeezing in. And then you're going to place your arms down by your side. You're going to take an inhale here, drawing the knees up to the chest. As you exhale, lengthen your legs up towards the sky so the legs can come a little forward and up. Inhale slowly to bend. Exhale to lengthen. As you lengthen, think of the belly drawing down towards the ground. 3 more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, bend. Exhale, lengthen. One more time. Inhale, bend. And exhale to lengthen. And then hug your knees back in. Bring your forehead up to your knees. Rock up and down and come all the way up to hands and knees. Once you're at your hands and knees, and as always, if the knees are a bit tender, you can put like a towel or a blanket under the knees. But let's get the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. We're going to take cat and cow pose. But today what I'd like for you to do is inhale, round your back, flex your spine like cat pose, breathing into the back. And then as you exhale, tilt the hips forward, lift up your chest for a cow pose. So again, you'll inhale slowly into the back of the body for cat pose, and you'll exhale into cow pose. And I want you to continue to do this a few times on your own. The purpose here of breathing into the back is that when we come to this arm balance, you'll see in a bit, the back is pretty flexed, the spine is flexed and rounded, and the abdomen is engaged. So where can we find room for the breath? You can find it at the back of the lungs. So 2 more here, inhaling into the back. Exhaling to come forwards. Once more, inhale back. And exhale forwards. Now we will be bearing weight upon our hands, so let's warm up the wrists a bit. I want you to flip your wrists forwards, or if you prefer, you can turn them out to the sides. If this is really intense, you can always move the hands closer to your knees. We're going to inhale for a cow pose now, finding breath at the top of the chest. Exhale for a cat pose and keep a little bend in the knees. 2 more times. Inhale, cow, press more into the base of the fingers. Exhaling cat. Almost imagine as if you're gripping at the ground. Inhale cow. And exhale cat. And then you're going to turn the hands back around. I want you to tuck your toes under. Sit back towards the heels and bring the backs of the hands down to the ground. And then I want you to shift your weight side to side. So you pick up one wrist and then the next. One wrist and then the next. Again, keeping the hips back by the heels. Let's do 1 more rock. And then I'll say with your new wrists, go ahead and turn the hands around and please come into a downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, if you want to pedal out the feet, bring some movement into the legs, especially if you've already been sitting a lot throughout the day. Some movement might feel really good. And then coming to some stillness, I'm going to have you inhale to lift your right leg up towards the sky. And exhale to step the right foot forward. So now we'll just link movement and breath here. Inhale, right arm reaches out and up for a twist. You can heat up the body a bit. As you exhale, the hand comes back down. Inhale to step forward and come halfway up, lengthen forwards. As you exhale, go ahead and fold. Lift your arms all the way up towards the sky. And exhale, arms down by your side, finding a moment in Tadasana. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now bend the knees and lift up the arms. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to fold, clasp the hands behind the back and drop the head. You'll inhale to come up halfway, keep the hands clasped, draw the arms back, and then exhale to fold again and let the arms go. Take a halfway lift, inhale. Hands down, right foot steps back. Plank pose as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, I want you to move a little forward on your wrists. If that's too much, you can always drop the knees down. Pause here again, inhale. And then exhale, lower all the way down onto the belly. Bring your arms down by your side, backs of the hands against the ground. Point the toes, press the feet down. Inhale, lift your chest. Look down the tip of the nose, shoulders together. Exhale to lower back down. Once more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands under your shoulders, press up to hands and knees, and move back to a downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, right away, inhale, lift the left leg up, but do it with your breath. And as you exhale, step the left foot forward, moving again with the breath. Left arm reaches out and up towards the sky, breathe in. And as you breathe out, bring the left hand back down to the ground. We're going to step forward and come halfway up, inhale. And then exhale to fold. Lift your arms all the way up towards the sky. As you exhale, bring your arms down by your side. Once again, bend the knees and lift up the arms. Inhale, weight is to the heels. As you exhale, fold, clasp the hands, opposite fingers interlaced, dropping your head. Come up halfway, chest forward, arms back, breathe in. Bring your hands down and step your left foot back. Inhale back into a plank pose. As you exhale, move a little forward on the toes and lower all the way down to the belly. This time right from here, cobra pose, lift your chest, inhale, shoulders down, and exhale, move back to downward facing dog. Once more each side, right leg lifts, breathe in. Right foot forwards as you breathe out. Right arm out and up, inhale, inhale, you can lean back a bit, hand comes down as you exhale. We're gonna step forward and come halfway up, inhale, and exhale to fold. Lift your arms all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, bring your arms down by your side. Bend the knees and lift the arms, breathing in. Fold, clasp your hands and drop your head. Come up halfway, stretching the arms back. Inhale. This time as you exhale, hands down, right foot steps back. Inhale into a plank pose. Move a little forward on the toes, lower all the way down to the belly. Lift up your chest, breathing in. And make your way back, downward facing dog. Last round like this, left leg lifts. Left foot in between the hands. Left arm reaches out and up to the sky, lean back. And as you exhale, bring your left hand back down. Step forward and come halfway up. Inhale. And exhale to fold. Lift your arms all the way up to the sky. And bring your arms by your side. Bend the knees, lift the arms, inhale. Fold, clasp the hands behind the back and drop the head. Releasing the arms, take a halfway lift. Hands down, left foot steps back. Plank pose, inhale. And all the way down to the belly as you exhale. Lift up your chest, breathing in. And make your way back to downward facing dog. One cycle of breath. Inhale. And exhale. Now, I want you to bring your knees down to the ground. You're going to bring your legs forward and come to lie on your back. And this is where you're going to grab your blocks. So I want you to put, as you come to lie down, bend your knees, you're going to put your block like so in between your feet, like this. So notice it's the kind of the long side of the block that we're holding. So if you have a book instead, this will be the thinner book. Hold like this. The arches of the feet are forward, toes are up to the sky. You're going to open your knees a little out to the side and put the block like this in between the knees. So if you're using books instead of blocks, think that the longer book, or longer side of the book, goes between the knees. So knees are wider than the feet. From here, I want you to squeeze the block with both feet and knees. But with your feet, think of pushing the arches forward. And as you squeeze with your knees, think of hugging not just from the inner knees, but the outer knees and the outer hips as well. You're then going to lift your arms to the side and draw your fingers back towards your face. And then tucking your chin under, you're going to slowly roll upwards like so. So the chin is going to stay in. You're lifting from the base of the back of the head. You're drawing upwards, you're looking forwards, you're hugging your feet and you're hugging your knees. From here, I want you to think of peeling the shoulder blades off the ground and breathe into the upper back of the body. Inhale. And exhale. Now, if you can, slowly lift your gaze up just a little bit. Fingers back towards you. Blocks are being squeezed in. Keep breathing. One more breath. And exhale. Slowly lower yourself back down. You can take those blocks out of the way. Let the knees rock side to side a few times. And then hug the knees back into the chest. Then rock all the way up and down, up and down. You're going to come up to stand. You can always use your hands to make your way up to stand. And then please come forward, or rather come to the center of the mat and open up your legs nice and wide. You'll open up your arms out to the sides as well. Shoulders relax down the back. Turn your right foot open and bend your right knee. Bring your right arm on top of your left. Hold your shoulders or double wrap for eagle arms. And then instead of taking your gaze to the right, take your gaze to the left and think of peeling your right shoulder blade slightly off your back. At the same time, roll the inner right thigh open so the knee tracks forward over the second toe. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath like this. Inhale and exhale. And then open up your arms, straighten out your right leg, turn your toes in, clasp your hands behind your back, make a closed fist, like so. And you're going to take your closed fist over towards your outer left waist, or to your left side back. The elbows and shoulders hug together. From here, you'll find a little bend in your knees and fold all the way down over the legs. Now lean a little forward to the front of the feet, checking out the feet, making sure the pinky toes are forward. The elbows come together, the shoulders move away from the ears, and breathe. Now, as you breathe here and lean a little forward, I know we're doing a lot here with the legs and the arms, the shoulders, but see if for a moment you can concentrate on your belly, breathing into the lower belly. And as you breathe out, see if you can imagine zipping up the belly from the pubic bone to the navel. One more breath like that. And exhale. And then slowly make your way all the way back up to stand. Open your arms out to the sides. You can roll the shoulders a bit. Turn your right foot open once again. You can always widen your stance, bend your right knee. You're going to take your right arm to your right thigh, left arm up and over, and instead of thinking long, I want you to bend your left elbow a little bit, like you're bowing the left side body. So even if you can reach to the floor, stay up on your thighs so that this is more about a nice flexion of the side body, a curve of the side body. Breathe in and breathe out. Side body nice and long, nice and open. One more breath. And then make your way all the way back up. Straighten out the leg and turn your toes in. We're going to turn the left foot open and bend the left knee. Left arm on top of the right, hold the shoulders or double wrap for eagle arms, and then take your elbows towards the right, take your gaze to the right. So notice that we're not just preparing for strengthening with the abdomen and arms, but we're also opening the shoulders and we're finding an opening in the hips as well. Breathe in and breathe out. And here with the arms in front of you, you can find the back of the body once again where breath can live. Open up your arms, straighten out your leg and turn your toes in. Clasp your hands behind your back, opposite fingers interlaced. Take your closed fist to your outer right waist and draw your elbows and shoulders together. Draw the shoulders down, little bend in the knees, fold down over the legs. Leaning a little forward towards the front of the feet, breathe in. And breathe out. Really think of the elbows hugging as you breathe in, firm into the outer heels. Once more, or two more breaths, let's say. And pressing the feet down, come all the way back up to stand. Open up your arms. You can roll the shoulders up down the back a few times. Turn your left foot open, left forearm to your thigh, right arm up and over. As your weight comes forward, feel the inner back leg lifting so you're not collapsing into the front. And then bend the top elbow a little bit so you're not just finding length and space at the side, but also a bit of a curve. Breathe in and breathe out. Staying stable in the lower body, finding movement of breath in the upper body or around the ribs. And slowly make your way back up. Go ahead and straighten out your leg. Turn your toes in, hold your hips, step or up your feet towards one another. Now from here, we're going to take a chair pose. You can stay facing me if you'd like. You're going to bend the knees, and I want you to lift your heels just a little bit. Inhale. And then exhale, lower the heels back down. Notice I'm rocking my weight. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower the heels back down. Once more, inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower the heels down. Bend at the knees, lift up the arms, and roll out the wrists a few times. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then straighten the legs, reach all the way up, and fold all the way down over the legs. Okay, so we're going to take Bakasana, known as crow or crane pose. So what I'll recommend is that you turn to face the regular way of your mat, so not sideways. And if you like, you can grab your two blocks if they are of the same height. And you're going to be bringing the blocks about 1 foot to 1.5 foot forwards. You can think of these as arm extenders if you need them. And you're going to bring your hands flat onto the blocks. And it's okay if your thumbs and pinky fingers are gripping the sides of the blocks. What you might also do is forego the blocks completely and have the hands on the ground. I want you to bring your feet closer together. You're going to bend the knees a little bit and then turn your inner elbows forward. I want you to make sure that the middle fingers, maybe even the second fingers, are straight forward as well. You're then going to lift up the heels a bit. You're going to open your knees out to the sides and start to bend the elbows so that the back of your upper arms are moving towards your knees. You're then gonna meet them halfway. So you're gonna come forwards like so. This is intense. I don't know if you can tell I'm shaking a little bit here. All right, press the arms and legs together. And then I want you to think of hugging the elbows towards one another without actually moving them towards one another. So the hands press down and hug in. Now, round your back and look towards your belly and take a big breath into the back. Breathe in and breathe out. Then look slightly forwards. Start to lean forwards and maybe lift one foot, maybe lift both feet, hugging them in. Couple of breaths here. I'm gonna come down for a moment. Whew. Make sure you're breathing. You can always come down and then come back up. That's part of what the practice is. Now, if you're finding that it is tough to get up all the way, I just want you to stay here, like so. Rounding at the back, and you can always look towards your belly. One more breath. And then slowly bring your feet down, bring your knees down to the ground, and please come to a child's pose, bringing your arms back by your side. And you can close and open your fists a few times. You can rock side to side. In fact, let's do this if you haven't already. Open the knees so the belly can drop through. Really receive the breath. Okay. And then make your way back up to your hands and knees. Bring your legs forward and come to lie down on your back. And I want you to turn the hands up to the sky, so now the arms can really just take a break. Make sure the heels are underneath the knees. Firm your feet down and lift your hips to the sky for bridge pose. Really stretching out this hip flexor groin area. If you want, you can move your shoulders closer together or clasp the hands together under the back. Make sure that your chin isn't over tucking or over lifting. See if you can find neutral. Although if you feel like you need a little bit of a stretch at the back of the neck after doing that arm balance, you can lower the chin a little bit. Just don't press into the back of the neck too much. Press more into your feet. Take another breath here. And then lower down. You're going to bring the bottom of your feet together and let your knees fall apart. Place your hands on your belly. Close your eyes and breathe. Or rather, just let the breath come to you. Okay. And then go ahead and close your knees. And you're going to cross your right leg over your left. And I'll have you hug your legs in towards your chest. And you can wrap your hands around your bottom leg on the top or the top of the bottom. And then from here, opening your arms to the side, you're going to drop your knees down towards the right. If that is too much on your hips, your back, or your knees, feel free to just uncross the legs. But knees are dropped down to the right today. And let the breath move into the open left side of the belly. And slowly bring your legs back up. We're going to cross the other leg on top. Hug the knees in. And opening the arms out to the side, dropping the knees down to the left. Again, if that's too much on your lower back, you can always uncross the legs. It doesn't matter to me today where your head is. You can turn it right, left, center. Just feel the open right side of the belly and breathe. And slowly bring your knees back up, uncross your legs. Wrap your arms around your legs, giving yourself a nice squeeze. If you want, you can curl upwards once again. And slowly lay back down and just briefly straighten your legs up to the sky. And you can shake your legs in and out a few times. And then slowly bring your legs down to the ground. Let your feet flop open, arms by your side. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Hold the breath in. 1, 2, 3. Open the mouth, let it go. Letting go of doing with the breath, of doing with the body. And even of doing with the mind. You don't have to place your body anywhere specific. You don't even have to place the mind anywhere specific, such as on the breath. The mind can be free. You might just imagine it relaxing away from the eyes. Just a couple minutes together here in silence. Gently inviting the breath back into the body. Bringing little awakening movements to the toes, to the fingers. You may draw your knees up to your chest. Roll completely over to one side. Just pause there for a moment, no rush. Make your way up to a comfortable seat. If you'd like, you can bring your palms to your heart. Nod your chin towards your heart, towards yourself. Namaste.